Alright, so for this team, I wanted to use the brand new pet Graves that came out with the Heroes of the Storm thing. Graves is a really good pet. It's an undead with high attack, 314, low speed, and high health. He's like perfect for PvP. He's a slow pet, but he was going to be a slow pet anyway considering what he does. And it's totally fine if he goes second just because he has two AoE abilities. Two really good AoE abilities on two separate tiers. So we've got Bone Storm. There are only two other pets in the game with Bone Storm, Creepy Crate and Fossilized Hatchling. And Fossilized Hatchling is a tier 1 pet because of it. While Graves also has Grave Destruction, a unique AoE ability only to him that destroys objects. This is just great. One of the biggest banes of AoE teams that use split attacks are decoys, because when you're using something like Dreadful Breath, it splits the damage. So if there's a decoy up, it'll count it as hitting once. What Bone Storm, since it hits all three pets, it counts as hitting multiple times. So Bone Storm actually gets rid of decoy pretty nicely, but it'll absorb two of them before it actually does the third damage. And Bone Storm is more useful when your opponent has three pets out, so that's why Graves is first, instead of the cleanup pet like with the dreadful Weeaboo team. And then, Grave Destruction, it's just even better, because it destroys the object and does the split damage, so that's great. I found doing Bone Storm before Grave Destruction seemed to work out, but it doesn't really matter, just because he lived. He actually never really lived long enough to use a second Grave Destruction, but if you think you can live long enough to use a second Grave Destruction, I'd say use that first, but if not, you might want to go with Bone Storm because he'd be able to get off two of them before he kicks the bucket, because you do not want to switch into these two pets. You want him to get off his two AoEs and do as much damage before dying, before going into Droplet and using Acid Rain and Dreadful Breath. Although now that I think about it, not everyone plays Heroes of the Storm, and Droplet is kind of hard to get, so this is a pretty niche tier 1 team anyway. Alright, first team we're going against. Unborn Valk, Moth, and a Whelpling, huh? Okay, if he starts off with a Whelpling, I have to switch straight into Droplet. That's just something we gotta do. Still waiting for the opponent, huh? Cool. Let's go straight into Grave Destruction. If he goes straight into Haunt, that's fine. This does split damage. Bone Storm is kind of the one that I want. You know, I probably should use Bone Storm first now that I think about it. It's too late to go back on that now. Let's see, an Imperial Moth. Those are usually a staple of bot teams, but why would a bot team have an Unborn Valk? Let's just hope he doesn't take too long to do all of his turns. Bone Storm. Even though I totally messed this up. Let's see, which pet does he go into? If he goes into the Nexus Whelpling, I have to switch straight into Droplet, which kind of benefits him. Nope. Oh wow, he just left. Okay, that works too. Alright, looks like we're going against, I don't know what kind of team this is. Doesn't really make any sense. I'm going to start off with Graves though. Graves is a good choice to start off with. We're going to go straight into Grave Destruction. Ooh, I can get stunned. That's always a plus. Next, we're going to go into Bone Storm. Bone Storm. Graves is so nice for AoE. And then I'm just going to spam a couple of Skull Tosses until he dies. Or until one of his abilities come off cooldown, whichever comes first. I think I might get a Bone Storm off before dying. Yep. Well, I mean, not before dying. During my turn of immunity, I'll be able to get off a Bone Storm. That's what I should have said. Here comes the Bone Storm. I don't think either of these guys can actually change the weather, so I should be fine to go straight into Droplet. Even if he is going to hit me really hard. Alright, let's go into Acid Rain, do a little bit of AoE damage, and then just go straight into Dreadful Breath. Because that's what AoE is all about. This team, anyway. I should be able to get off a few Dreadful Breaths before dying. At least 2. Oh, looks like I'm going to get off a few more. That's fine, I don't really care if you heal because I'm still doing damage to that pet in the back row. A deep breath. Ew, I was kind of hoping he'd go into deep breath. He could have killed me with just 2 tail swipes, but instead he's going to put deep breath on cooldown for me. Thank you, my good sir. Now I'm going to go back into dreadful breath again. He's going to go into tail sweep. That's fine, it does less damage. You got the dragon ratio going. That doesn't matter, like, at all, because you're about to die. I still got cleansing weather up, and I've got dreadful breath rolling, and I still got my dragon racial. I mean my undead racial. Let's see, who dies first? I should be able to kill you right here, because dreadful breath does extra damage under cleansing rain. And I think I'm about to find out just how much extra damage it does. Oh, god damn it, I got stunned. Okay, so I'm gonna call darkness kill him instead then. Oh wait, he interrupted me. That's what happened. Oh. That's what happened. Okay, gotcha. You know what, I think I should just start going off with Bone Storm first and then Grave Destruction. Since he probably won't be able to live long enough to use the second Grave Destruction since I'm not switching him out. Well, looks like we've got a rematch coming up. I don't see myself losing this, but it might happen. Okay, strategy number 2. Bone Storm first. Oh, this guy has lots of... He loves to go for that stun, don't he? Next, we're going to go into Grave Destruction. And then I'm going to go into Skull Toss. Wait, did that do extra damage to his frontline pet for some reason? And then another Skull Toss. And then I'll be able to get off another Bone Storm. For sure. Without having to chance it. This Bone Storm is going to kill me. He killed me anyway. Nice Bone Storm. 250, 250. The reason I'm starting off with Graves is because Bone Storm isn't a split AoE, while both Dreadful Breaths are. So Bone Storm does maximum damage while he still has all 3 pets alive. Poor Graves. Ooh, Elemental Killer, you're gonna get hit hard in the face. Does this guy have Scorched Earth? He probably does, that's why he went into it. He's a magic type 2, so he takes less damage from Swallow You Whole. He got a lucky stun off right there. He can't really take a hit to the face, but Scourge Whelpling can. I'm also going to go into a Tail Sweep just because it hits harder. Okay, to abandon AoE centric stuff sometime. Now I'm going to go into... Should I lock myself into Dreadful Breath right now? Yeah, why not? Yay, he didn't go into Scorched Earth. That was kind of my biggest concerns. Like, what if he changes the weather on me while I'm locked into Dreadful Breath? But he doesn't. He kept it the same. Of course, he can always just Interrupting Jolt me. But he didn't. He went for Shock and Awe instead. Now he can Interrupting Jolt me. Although, why would you take Interrupting Jolt if you're a slow as shit? I don't know. I see it happen. I usually get screwed over when I'm playing a slow team like this. Okay, so that was fun.